Hey everybody, hope you can hear me. Please send me a message if you can. We're live at 5 from Barren Ridge Vineyards, where we'll be tasting a couple of wines today. We're going to be tasting Riesling from 2017 and Cabernet Franc. So I was told last week that I was a little too close to the camera, so how's this? How's this? Okay. I sent a couple of data sheets. So I'll give you guys a little time to join us, waiting to see if anyone is on live and can hear me. Hope you can. We sent a couple data sheets on these wines so that you understand where they come from and a little bit about the varietal and how they taste typically. And we're going to taste ours to see how they taste. And this is part of a live series. We're going to do tastings typically on Sundays. Today's Monday, so I hope you had a good weekend. This is Monday because it was following Easter, so we decided to do this one on Monday, but it's typically going to be live on Sundays at 5 p.m. This is part of our Barren Ridge Experience series where we had hoped to give you hands-on and exciting experiences, but for the time being we'll be doing everything virtually. So I hope you will be enjoying these virtual presentations for the time being, but we're going to take you up in the sky in the near future. We're hopefully going to be doing some dramatic performances followed by wine tastings and a lot of other interesting things. So please continue to follow us and check in, and you've all been great, so thank you very much supporting us and buying wine and just staying in touch with us and giving us nice wishes. So it's really been fantastic and we appreciate it very much. Here from the Old Apple Orchard, founded by John and Shelby, and I'm Robert Higgs. So let's start with our tasting. We're going to start with Riesling 2017. This wine right here. You can see it's a nice elegant black label made by our former French winemaker Pauline. Very nice elegant label. And this is our Riesling from Mount Crawford, which is owned by Jim and Joyce Benedict, who have always done a great job there growing grapevines for us. And we have leased this vineyard, so Mark McCune, our viticulturist, treats it as his own and runs our whole program from there, where we have excellent terroir up at about 1,800 feet of elevation. So we preserve a lot of nice acidity and freshness in our wines. And it's some kind of nice, loose, sandy, loamy soil with river rock. So it's an old riverbed up at a high elevation. Great for growing white wines. We also grow Chardonnay there, which we'll be making into a method champenoise this year. And Claude Thibault will be making our Champagne. So here's the Riesling. Hope some of you are tasting along with us at home. You can see it looks a little more golden color than it does if you're here in person, but it's kind of a light straw colored. Riesling can be fairly light colored. And 2017 was a pretty hot year, but we have a nice light Riesling, so we're going to move on with the tasting and take our first whiff. And then we're going to swirl to release more aromas. So up front, you get a lot of nice fruit and minerality and a little bit of floral notes. So floral notes tend to be kind of a lime blossom or an apple blossom, which I get on the nose here. And some lovely mineral notes like crushed gravel or wet slate, even flint or gunpowder. And some nice fruity notes, mostly citrus, maybe a little bit of kind of white berry, and sometimes with Rieslings you get some nice stone fruits like peach, and we'll see if we find that in this glass here. So let's try a sip. Very good, juicy wine, nice crisp acidity, nice fruit characteristics as well as mineral characteristics, minerality. I get a lot of gunpowder and wet slate. I also get some nice notes of a little bit of vineyard peach in the mid palate and some really nice baked citrus notes. It's very long, that lush acidity from this high elevation really takes the wine long, you know, gives you a lot of juiciness in the mouth, in the mouth, and makes your mouth water, and really just tastes delicious, long flavors. We're a big fan of getting what's in our vineyard into the glass, so a lot of the quality production that we do with winemaking with our winemaker Jesse Gatewood and Mark McCune, our viticulturist, we're able to get what we have in our vineyards into the glass, and they taste good and they tend to be long from the quality and holding our freshness and acidity. So there's really nice structure to this wine. It's going to pair well with anything that's kind of earthy and minerally. Minerally, you know, oysters come to mind. It goes very well with vegetables and also lighter meats and any kind of shellfish and also sushi. And this crisp acidity really cleanses the palate. It helps with fatty foods, so any kind of smoky bacon or any kind of salty foods, this wine will really marry well with that. And it will also go with nice spicy Asian foods, for example. It'll really tone down that acidity, and you'll have a nice playfulness between the food and the wine with Riesling. And Riesling can be enjoyed all over the world, you know, famous from the Rhine Valley where Angela, my wife, comes from. She comes from the Palatinate, where they have really mineral crisp Rieslings. It's really a beautiful place to visit. And you know, you can go to Germany and you can taste at one vineyard up to 10 or even a dozen different types of Rieslings with different qualities of winemaking from different parcels, and they're all going to taste different. So it's really amazing. Riesling is a type of wine that really takes in soils and terroir, so everything included: climate, winemaker influence, soil, the minerals that are in the ground, and all of that. So it's really an exciting wine to try. And you even, you know, I still have some kind of electric minerality on my tongue, so there's a little bit of a dance going on in my mouth still, and it really makes you want to sip more of this wine or try it with food. So looks like some of you guys are online. Great to hear that. Nice to have you here. Hope you're all well, healthy, and hopefully having some fun at home. We're here in the Audrey Blackford room, which is named after my grandmother, who was quite a character on her own. And I'll go into more detail on that in the future. We'll introduce the family more and show you more around the winery and also the vineyard. We're hoping to go in the vineyard this week with Mark McCune and making a little video. We hope to do some shots from a drone next week. We'll see how we do with that. And we really have some good stuff lined up. So keep checking in with us and keep following us. So we appreciate you being here. So that was Riesling. I hope you enjoyed that. It will evolve in the glass. It likes to be served really cold, so refrigerator cold, and let it warm up, because more of these fruit flavors open up over time. You get an evolution in the glass, and you'll get more of these peachy apricot notes as it opens up. So, you know, try a lot of different Rieslings, try our Rieslings, try everything at different temperatures, and see what you think. So I'm going to take one more little sip, and then we're going to move on to Cabernet Franc. So Cabernet Franc is really a varietal that does very well at Barren Ridge on our, there it is, Cabernet Franc 2017. Does very well on our soils here in the vineyard. You know, we have a light layer of Topsoil followed by clay soils. Clay soils are really good for Cabernet Franc. And then under that we have some weathered shale. We have deep veins of weathered shale that start in West Virginia and move all the way into the mountains here. And we've had a lot of these types of soils erode from the Allegheny Mountains right into our vineyard. And Cabernet Franc is also a wine that really expresses terroir nicely, and that's what we get in the glass. And like I said, that's our goal. So let's move on to taste Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is really a famous wine from southwestern France. It's grown in Bordeaux. It's used in Bordeaux blends. It's also used in our Meritage blend. And it's, it's something that does very well in cooler climates. So we like to, we have cool soils here. We have good elevation, 1,200 feet, and we have nice cool clay, and that keeps the wine with good structure, good acidity, and keeps it light, fresh, lively, and expresses the delicate notes of Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc is the parent of Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a little bit heavier, more powerful wine. Cabernet Franc over in the Loire Valley, which is one of the northerly-most appellations in France, makes lighter, delicate style Cabernet Francs. Different parts of the world, you get different things. Out in California where it's hotter, you're gonna get denser wine. Here you get light, playful, elegant wines with good structure and acidity. Nice, delicate floral notes and lighter fruit notes, more in the red fruit direction than more baked fruits or black fruits. So let's move on to the Cabernet Franc. It's kind of hard for you to see, but it's kind of a light ruby red in the glass. Beautiful color, perfectly clear, nice, elegant wine, light to medium bodied. First whiff, you get beautiful notes of rose petal and some light spices, and also some light, fresh red fruits. Something like wild raspberry comes to mind, but it smells really nice on the first whiff. Go a little deeper into the wine, swirl it around a little more. You get a more complex bouquet. You also get some nice minerality from our nice soils here. So you do smell some, you even get a sensation of kind of crushed stones even in the nose. And you get some spices like allspice, maybe a little bit of black pepper, which is common with Cabernet Franc. What you want to avoid is the vegetal notes, famous for pyrazine is a component that appears often in Cabernets, and pyrazine represents itself as pepper aromas and taste. So you want to avoid the green, and sometimes red pepper can be pleasant, but this really has no vegetal notes to speak of. So let's move along to the tasting. So really light and delicate in the mouth, very juicy fruit, but light and playful, nice spices up front and throughout. You get kind of white and darker spices. You get something a little bit like cinnamon, black pepper, white pepper, very lovely. Stretches from the fore palate to the mid palate, and you kind of have increasing fruitiness all the way through. You get some red raspberry and some nice red plum, and really well integrated light wine. And with this structure and light, soft tannins, very smooth, it's just really a pleasure to drink. And it really begs the question, what kind of food are you going to have with this wine? It is fun to sip on its own, but it's really great with food due to that nice acidity. And like the Riesling, it's very long. I still have flavors dancing on my tongue. I have some light spices and nice fruit, and I mean, I'm just salivating right now, so sorry to say that live, but it really makes me want to go home and eat something. So it's a lovely wine. You know, let it open up. You can put it in a carafe for half an hour if you wanted to open up a little bit more and soften if there are any tannins present. That'll round it out and soften it up even more, and probably add a little complexity to the wine, but let everything integrate well. So just a lovely bouquet, complex and light and easy to drink all at the same time. Compare it with some nice light foods. You know, it goes well with white fish, especially grilled white fish. It's absolutely fantastic with barbecue. It's fantastic sipping on your patio, but it will go very well with lighter meats like veal and pork, and will even go well with things like barbecued ribs and steak. So it's really a fine wine. And you know, stay in touch with this series. We're going to keep doing these tastings. They're going to get more professional over time. We're going to be using multiple platforms, and we hope to maybe use Zoom next week, where you can actually dial in and I can see you and you can answer questions online, and we'll have some fun with that. And like I said, we're going to have some videos from the vineyard. We're going to be flying over the vineyard in the next couple weeks and delving into some viticulture. And we also prepared a nice meal last night with last week's selection, which was Petit Verdot. We cooked a nice venison roast for Easter, and we made it with a beautiful Petit Verdot reduction sauce, and it was absolutely amazing. We're going to pop that recipe out hopefully by tomorrow, and we're going to try to do a little bit more wine and food pairings, and maybe even a little live cooking. And we're going to keep getting you guys, or start getting you guys, some recipes. And you know, just stay with us. We love having you at these events. Even though they're virtual, in the future they're going to be fully interactive and hands-on, and we're all going to have a lot of fun together. In the meantime, we're going to do it like this. Feel free to share what you're doing at home, share any wine experiences you're having, or good Barren Ridge stories. We would love to hear them. And just keep the positive vibes flowing, and we'll try to do the same for you. And we're busy here running the winery with a small staff. I'm socially distancing because I'm the only one here right now, and but we're still trying to have fun and maintaining a positive outlook, and we're all going to get through this. So let's do it together, and let's just keep it going. So I wish you a beautiful Monday afternoon. Get out and enjoy that nice windy weather, and hope you're all well, and we'll talk to you soon. So just be well. We miss you. We love you. And we'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye, everybody.